Welcome to 11 Flags, introducing a new and exciting amusement park that showcases attractions pertaining to you. Yes, you! Keep on watching to see how these attractions relate to your human body.
When you come to 11 Flags, you'll be welcomed by our two entrances. On the left, children and adults can enter via inflatable mouth, and on the right, an inflatable nose is available. Starting from the bottom is the first ride, Shock-O-Matic. This ride showcases the neurons in the nervous system. This ride will be very similar to King Ka, a very fast and tall ride known for its immense speed. When individuals come onto this ride, they will start on one end of the station and shoot to the other side in less than a few seconds. Because neurons function to quickly transmit information from the body via outside stimuli to the brain, or the other way around, this ride will show how fast neurons transmit messages across the body.
Right beside the Shock-O-Matic is called Spinning Chaos. This ride represents the pituitary gland from the endocrine system. The people will enter the ride shaped like alien abduction and find a seat placed on the wall's circular structure. The ride will spin, indicating the pituitary in action. As it spins, it will go faster and faster. Each increase in speed will cause the pituitary to transition into a different phase. Different features will be shown during each phase. For example, to show how it affects the thyroid, riders will hear a little boy speaking, then hitting puberty and getting a deeper voice, or a voice going from calm to panic, indicating its effect to the adrenal glands.
Our next ride is called Twisted Ropes and represents the small intestines from the digestive system. Riders will be portrayed as minerals and nutrients that the small intestine absorbs. Once the cart has gone through the course and returns to the station, we'll see how many minerals and nutrients can jump out of the cart. That'll show us how much absorbing the small intestine does. Don't worry if you didn't get out the first time. The cart will move up slightly, and the remaining riders left in the cart will have the opportunity to jump out, and they will be portrayed as the leftover minerals and nutrients that goes into the large intestine, but is later absorbed.
When attendees at 11 Flags are hungry, we have available a cafe. The cafeteria has a line of restaurants at the end and scattered tables, booths, or sitting areas around. To keep a clean and less hectic environment, individuals will order their food at the restaurant and then find a place to sit. Their food will be brought to them in a red tube, and all areas will have these tubes, and when they are done with their stuff, they can send it down a blue tube. The tubes represent the blood vessels from the circulatory system, where the food is the oxygen that travels from the heart, which is the restaurants, to other parts of the body, which are the booths and such. When they're done, their trash is the carbon dioxide that needs to get out of the body. Not a rider and enjoy games, then Get That Egg is for you. This game will focus on the egg and sperm from the reproductive system and will have a similar appeal to the water squirter games at the fair. Participants will all be seated behind a water shooter. When the game begins, they will try to shoot a stream of water perfectly into the vagina-shaped target. The more you hit the water at the target represents your sperm traveling to the egg, and whoever fills up the water meter first has successfully had their sperm make it to the egg to get fertilized.
Biggest ride at 11 Flags is known as It's Time to Go. This ride will be the largest coaster and the only wooden coaster at our park. It'll be in the shape of the urinary organs such as kidneys, not in the actual shape of this, but it will be in the form of filtration, ureters, bladders, and the urethra. 2 coasters will go at the same time, opposite ways, and at the same speed. Riders will go uphill and immediately go into the filtration process, which is just 1 lap, and then immediately fall downhill, being the ureters, into the bladder, which will keep them there in that section for a minute, just how the actual bladder does with urine. Once leaving the bladder, it'll be a small downhill, being the urethra, and the riders will head back to the station going through many bumps. Riders will be able to experience the course of the system and see the process of urine development with lots of ups, downs, and twisty turns.
The next ride will be high in the sky, just like your muscle when you flex. Flexinator will have 2 stretchy elastics connecting to a striation-shaped cage. Riders will enter the cage with the elastic stretched to its full capacity. With a countdown from 3 to 1, the elastics will release, and the cage will spring up and down until it reaches the equilibrium back in the middle. This will indicate that the ride is over and the cage will be brought back down to the ground so the riders can exit. The elastics will bounce up and down, stretching, extending, and flexing until it slows down back to its original position. The whole goal of the ride is for the rider to experience how muscles can do so much, but always revert back to their original shape.
Do you want to be amazed, shocked, or even educated all at the same time? Just for $1, here's your chance. Step right up to the world's skinless woman. This attraction will focus on the importance of skin and its benefits. People will walk through and see a woman who is skinless. Not really. This ride is targeted towards children who are gullible. The woman will tell facts about the importance of skin, what is skin, and the layers of skin. Epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, all that good stuff, while they admire her one flaw. Your average person loves an inflatable, so come on over and get your turn on Velcro length. 2 adults or children will step up at the same time and put on a Velcro suit, representing the white blood cells from the lymphatic system. They will both get a running start and see who can jump the highest on the inflatable to reach the infection at the top. As an end result, we can see who got the closest to the infection because they will be stuck on the wall. The goal of this game is to show participants how white blood cells take lead role in attacking infections such as bacteria, viruses, or other foreign invaders in your body.
Down low or high in the sky, get ready to lose your breath. The ride will focus on the lungs from the respiratory system, and it will be shaped into 2 lungs. Riders will find a seat on one of the lungs. When the ride begins, it will rise up and the seats on both sides will slowly separate, showing us that the lungs are expanding. This indicates that oxygen is entering the lungs, causing the lungs to expand. When the ride makes it to the top, it will pause, demonstrating what happens when you hold your breath. The ride will then drop, causing the lungs to contract back and the seats will come together again, indicating that the carbon dioxide has been expelled. By the end of this ride, riders will really understand the movements that the lungs make when you inhale and exhale, as well as how inhaling and exhaling work. Intricate?
Yes.
Tasty?
Absolutely. Come and taste your first ever skeletonal cake. This will be a food vendor that sells the skeleton in funnel cake form. The delicious treats are very detailed and will show individuals all the different 206 bones that make up the skeleton. They will be served on a really big plate, so bring a friend. And not only are you learning about all the bones in the body, you will also be able to see how skeletons assist with movement because the cakes will be made in a way in which they are very movable. And if you didn't know, all the bones play a major role of the function of the skeletal system, which is movement.
If you really have to leave, we have 2 exits in the back of our park. One exit is the option of leaving through an inflatable nose once more, or you can have the option to leave through an inflatable butt. We hope you enjoyed and learned from our park. Tell your friends and family to join you next time here at 11 Flags.